Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcome and first timer to the show. He is the owner of a Better Bail Bonds. Ooh, that's tough to say. Company, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kelvin Hampton. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Smooth. How about yourself?
Man, I've got no complaints here. So we are here to talk about something that has came down in Harris County. Some believe that it will help the community and reduce crime. Others believe that it will make the criminals do more crime. And this is the Bail Reform Act that was recently passed by the 19 Democratic judges. So, Kelvin, what is the Bail Reform Act?
Well, the Bail Reform Act or bail reform is a situation that's been put in place to let individuals out on their own recognizance, which is called a PR bond, meaning they'll get out free. The issue with bail reform, as a bondsman, I can't say, or as a black man, I can't say I don't support bail reform, but I really support fair or smart bail reform. And the way it's currently put together right now is not fair, nor is it smart.
Okay, so explain to us, how is it put together now? Okay,
how it's put together now that everyone that picks up a misdemeanor offense, barring DWI second or family violence, will just go to jail and get out of jail. And I don't know about you, but I'm concerned about my parents. I'm concerned about my neighbors. I'm just concerned about the community as a whole. I can make this a little bit more personal. I came out my home one morning and my truck was on bricks. All four wheels gone. Misdemeanor case, but is it misdemeanor? You know, when an individual started invading your space, it's not as misdemeanor, and in his current status, that person will go to jail and get out and be ready to do the same thing to a neighbor of mine. So you know, it's also their habitual. So they can do the misdemeanor case over and over and over again. And as long as it's a misdemeanor, they'll get out. With the bail bond companies, we bring accountability. We bring the family into the picture. Your mom, your dad, your granny, someone who knows that you done went to jail, you done got out of jail. They're standing behind you. They done got your representation. So you can fight it, and hopefully you won't become a repeat offender.
Okay. And then the old way that it was done, like the old bail system, how did it work?
Well, the bail system that's in place right now.
No, I'm talking about the old one, or at least the one that's right now, because this one hasn't passed yet, has it?
No, it's in
place
right?
now. Okay,
it's in place.
So
right
the new
now.
one is in place. Boom,
right.
And then you, along with some other ones, y'all are suing the county or the judges with this.
That is correct. It's okay. Both.
So now let's talk about the old system. How did the old system work?
The old system included the PR system as well, and they were doing more of what I'm explaining to you now. They had already started to cross the line to start writing more or doing more of the bonds from the PR side. But the way the system is now, they do practically all misdemeanor cases. And there's no accountability on no one. The defendants are not accountable to anyone. The community is, in my opinion, really just unsafe. In the current status, and you know, in the old realm of doing things, it was safer.
Okay.
On top of that, Smooth, the forfeiture rate, which is a whole nother issue, individuals that get out on PR bonds are 50% less unlikely to go to court. And the purpose of bail is to assure that the defendant goes to court.
Okay.
We bring that accountability to the table as bondsmen.
Okay. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Kelvin Hampton, the owner of A Better Bail Bonds. We're talking about the new bond reform. So now, if I'm not mistaken, if I saw it in the news or something, wasn't the old way of doing it, wasn't that deemed unconstitutional? That's why they changed.
Well, they said it was unconstitutional, but it wasn't. See, it was retracted, and that information has never been reported. And that's why I'm making rounds, and other bond companies are making rounds. So they retracted
the ruling on the old system being unconstitutional?
They're saying it was unconstitutional. It was not unconstitutional.
Oh. Oh, okay.
But that never hit the papers. That never hit the radio. It's not unconstitutional because we have the right to post bail.
Uh-huh. So let's go through the misdemeanor charges that people will be able to do their PR bond. Petty theft, DWI, first offense, disorderly conduct, and certain weapon possession offenses. So with that, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess for me, I don't see nothing wrong with the new system because I don't think that it's going to let the criminals back into the community on a misdemeanor. Now, if you're talking about something that's greater than a misdemeanor or someone who has a gross, extensive criminal record and they don't, show up, then yeah, okay, don't give them bond. But for somebody to sit in jail because they can't make a $500 bond on their $5,000 bond, I mean, I think Sandra Bland would still be alive if the old way of doing it wasn't in place. Like, to hold people in jail, like, you keeping me in jail because I can't pay to get out.
Okay. Well, let's take a different approach. I understand where you're coming from, but let's say someone gets your credit card or your checking account number. Mm-hmm. That's considered a misdemeanor, and they take $500 out of your account today. It's misdemeanor theft. Mm-hmm. They go to jail and they get out, and we're talking about smooth checking account. They get out on a PR bond, and the next day they take $500 more out of your account. Let's say, granted, you don't even know it yet. But is it fair for them to even just evade your space like that over and over and over? Or
absolutely not.
Or smooths today and Mr. Hampton's tomorrow and Mr. Mad Hatter's the next day. Mm-hmm. We don't have a problem with, again, I don't have a problem with bail reform. I'm just want to talk fair bail reform. And the bail system in place is fair, I think, as far as rate-wise. You bring up Sandra Bland. In her situation, it was not her first offense. It was not a $500 bond. The bond that she
it was $5,000.
It was
so the 10% was $500, which you still couldn't make.
You still can make, but in order for it to get to $5,000, in order to get a first-time $5,000, well, in order to get to a $5,000 bail, you have to have had picked up some cases prior to that. The average first-time offender bond is $500 to $1,000, which costs the average person $125 to maybe $150. And most bonding companies put that on payment plans. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's an unfair situation. And then when you're talking about a person that has been in jail and the family don't step forward to get them out at that time, you got to really look at that as well.
Well, I mean, it's hard times. People can't come up with the money. And again, I just don't agree with keeping somebody in jail because they can't make, the bond. Listen, that's ridiculous.
Let me say this here.
And that has been affecting our community more than anything else. People, it's just an ongoing cycle. I get pulled over, something small, you arrest me, you give me a bond, I can't make bond, I'm staying in jail, which in turns means that I can't make it to work, which in turns means that they're going to be like, okay, you ain't coming in, third day, we got to let you go. Now, I don't have no income coming in, and I got to pay the bail bondsman on top of the court costs. Like, it's a cycle, like a hole that just keeps getting dug deeper and deeper and deeper.
And again, I do agree. I think, to be honest with you, I think all, and hear me real good, I think all first-time offenders should get out of jail free. All. As a black man, as a black business owner, as a father, as a husband, as a son, I think we do get the short end of the stick. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I do think we get the short end of the stick. But when you get into a situation where you become habitual, meaning over and over and over again, there has to be some
well,
repercussions.
do we know the numbers on how many people do not show up for court when they make bail versus those who get out on a PR bond and who keeps their word and comes to court? Do we know those numbers? What are those numbers?
We do know them numbers. The individuals that miss court on a PR bond are miss court 50% of the time. When you're out on a surety bond, which is a bond through a bonding company, that number shrinks to 10%.
Okay. So I see that the studies show that the old system created more missed court appearances and more arrests and made the jails more overcrowded.
Well, see, overcrowding is the old system does not create overcrowding. The old system doesn't let you out free, but it doesn't create overcrowding. But the old system brings accountability. When your mom comes and gets you out of jail, you're checking in with the bonding company. We assist, well, we don't assist, but your parents assist in you getting an attorney. So you're more likely to get the case taken care of. You're not scared to go to court now because you have a foundation behind you. Individuals know what you're going through. Individuals are trying to help you get through what you're going through. In the situation that they're bringing up now, you go to court. You haven't told mom. You haven't told dad. If you get stranded, you ain't tell them. You just miss court. That's I think that's the main reason their forfeiture rate is so high. We're talking about the PR system. It is 50. I think it's 49% to be exact. Let's not give them an extra point. It's 49% to be exact of the number of people that's missing court through the PR system.
Okay, you're listening to Access Houston, talking to Kelvin Hampton from A Better Bail Bond. That is so tough to say.
Come on, Smooth. A Better Bail Bond.
Hey, you've been saying it for 30 plus years, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
So talking about the bail reform. So what is you all's bottom line positioning on this particular matter?
Well, we just hope that we can find a medium. You know, the pendulum then swung so far to the left, that doesn't make it right. And again, we just had the conversation. I'm for fair bail reform. I'm from somewhere in the middle. You know, first time offenders, maybe if they even have a second time, you know, give us a chance to get it right. So, you know, because when you're younger, you make mistakes. I've made mistakes, but give us a chance to get it together.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But when you get to a situation where they miss, get out, it's the closest thing I can compare it to is when they took discipline out of the schools. And that's a whole nother situation, but the accountability.
So what are you all? Why are you all suing these judges for this new system?
Well, we're suing them because they're really saying that we don't have a place in the system. But Our place is to help keep Houston, help keep our community safe.
Oh, I get it. It's cutting into y'all's money. Is that what it is?
Well,
it's cutting into the money. It
well,
just clicked. Like, I'm like, what else could, I mean, y'all are suing them. I'm like, damn, they're suing them for bail reform. So it must cut into the money a little, huh?
Well, absolutely it's going to cut into the money a little bit, but let's talk about free bail reform. I mean, free bail.
Mm-hmm.
Is it free? We're talking about Sandra Bland and people that couldn't afford, but when you get out on a PR bond, there's stipulations even behind that. It might be a monitoring bracelet. It might be, I call it probation before probation, guilty before you're considered guilty, because you have to check in with your probation. I mean, not the probation office, but with the PR department, and there's a fees associated with that, and them fees are monthly. I don't have the exact fees before me right now, but them fees run anywhere from $60 a month and up. When a first-time offender bond would cost you, again, $115 to $150, period, and you're done.
Mm-hmm. So, what is it that you would like to see happen from this point on? Even if you all if you go and let's say you win, then what? Well,
again, if we win, maybe we don't win. If they win, the community don't win. I would like to see the community win. I would like the community to jump in.
I just, Mr. Hampton, with all due respect, sir, I just feel that that's a weak argument. I really feel that is a weak argument that, someone committing a misdemeanor charge and to come back and then, do it again. We want to keep the community safe. I think that the community would be safer if repeat offenders or someone who has a harder, more extensive record, of heinous crimes or an extensive criminal record to get out on bail before trial. Okay. I'm more for that than the state having me sitting there because my bond is $4,000 and I can't get the $400 to get the 10% to pay you all to get out, and then I'm just sitting here. And as the cycle, as we talked about earlier, like my personal cycle when it comes to work and family and all of that, like it's a big old avalanche that comes down, and then I'm really, really screwed in the end. I mean, it's that's tough, bro.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. But again, Spoov, we're talking habitual. Again, my stand for a better bail bond and the other companies, we don't have a problem with a defendant getting out. And again, I'm talking smart, or I'm talking fair. We don't have a problem with you getting out as a first-time offender. We don't have that problem. But when you become a habitual, and follow me with that, habitual, that means they done broken you to your home time back again.
Right.
There need to be some kind of accountability placed in your life.
Yes. Absolutely agreed. But not sitting in jail because I can't make the bail, though.
I mean,
let it play out. If I'm wrong and I'm doing it, like let justice do its deal. But for me to sit and lose time and money,
let's go another route
because of a traffic ticket, a traffic violation.
A traffic violation. We're not
or my son, stole a pack of double mint gum, and I'm taking the rap for it. Like,
but them are two misdemeanors. That's not the misdemeanors that are all on the list.
Well, isn't this new system, like in terms of the misdemeanor charges, they just kind of like followed the same blueprint as they do in traffic?
No, it's two different.
Right?
No.
To go? Because if I get a ticket and then I go for the arraignment and, hey, guilty, not guilty, okay, not guilty, okay, your court date is this date, boom, we'll see you. Instead of, not guilty, I want to buy trial. Oh, okay, well then, we're going to have to hold you until the next arraignment. Like, I don't. That's not.
Again, Our stance is that, we bring accountability to the whole situation. We bring your family in. Your family's going to bring representation in. And we're going to make the community safe by making sure you go to court and you handle your situation. The other system puts the community in harm's way because the individuals get out. Nobody never know they've been in jail. They're out and they're repeating and they're not going to court, which is costing the taxpayers money at that point, because you have to pay for the taxpayers has to pay for the forfeiture costs.
Yeah, but the taxpayer also is paying $87 a day to house somebody who is sitting there who could be at home for free too.
I guess we just have to
agree to disagree on this one. Yeah. So I'm sorry I cut you off before. What would you like to see happen from this point? I'm sorry I didn't get that.
I just would like to see the system fall somewhere in the middle, and not so far to the left, not so far to the right. I would love to see first-time offenders get out of jail at no charge. I would love to see that. Sometime maybe even second-time offenders. But when you become habitual, I just think
3 shows a pattern.
I
so
think
after the 3 strikes,
I think it becomes an unsafe situation for the community at that point, or somewhere in between.
All right. Well, good luck with the lawsuit and trying to get it back. Nobody never wants to mess up the church's money, and y'all. It seems as though you're taking action because the money might get cut a little bit. Well, I ain't mad at it, Yes. Make your money. No, I don't think that it's just to make the monies off the backs of poor people who's already damn struggling.
And I definitely agree. And what I do want you to know about specifically A Better Bail Bond is that we've been part of the community. We've given back. We give 200-300 bikes away a year. We give
y'all in there. Oh, y'all in there. Y'all out there.
We give.
There's no doubt about it.
During Harvey, we gave $100 to $200 away every 15 minutes right there on Homestead Road in Parker.
Yeah.
Because our community, and remember, we are a part of the community.
Well, thank you for coming on, and good luck with this lawsuit, man.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we'll have to agree to disagree on this one.
And listen, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
But we're going to work and try to get this message out about the community, because my whole thing is keeping the community safe. Because again, it's my mom, it's my grandmother. When somebody break into their neighbor's house and they get out and they break into the next neighbor's house, that's not safe. That's not fair.
Indeed.
And that's just kind of where I stand on that.
Yeah. No, that's not. I mean, if someone is a habitual offender, lock them up.
Yeah. And again, that's when the bail gets to the 4,000 and the 5,000 range, when they become habitual.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll keep an eye out. I'm definitely going to keep an ear close to you all's lawsuit and see what happens with that. So thanks for coming on, Mr. Kelvin Hampton of A Better Bail Bonds. I appreciate the dialogue, and I hope I didn't go in on you too much.
Man, we're fine. I appreciate you.
That's what's up. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.